November 13th, 2024. 4 experts testify before Congress. UFOs are real and the United States possesses non-human technology. An impressive revelation, right? But what does it all mean? And why should we expect more than just words from these people? Today I'm going to show you how to critically evaluate reports like these and reveal a golden tip to help you handle unusual stories, whether they come from trustworthy sources or not. Get ready to discover Hitchens Razor and learn to separate fact from fiction. So let's dive in. Reports of UFOs and non-human technology are nothing new. Over the years, we've heard countless stories about mysterious sightings and extraterrestrial contacts. But the burning question is, why haven't we seen conclusive proof yet? Well, the answer might be frustrating for many, but it's because perhaps this proof simply doesn't exist. And that's exactly what Hitchens Razor tells us. But what is it? Let me explain. Hitchens Razor is a philosophical principle coined by journalist and critic Christopher Hitchens. It suggests that extraordinary claims, or any claims really, when made without supporting evidence, don't need to be accepted as true and can be dismissed without the need for refutation or counter evidence. In short, it says what can be asserted without evidence can be dismissed without evidence. In other words, the burden of proof is always on the person making the claim. Without concrete evidence, the claim doesn't need to be taken seriously. This razor is a critical thinking tool that helps assess the validity of claims and prevents unfounded ideas from being accepted without analysis. For instance, if someone says there are fairies living in my backyard, according to Hitchens Razor, that claim doesn't need to be taken seriously or considered true until solid evidence is provided to back it up. In philosophical, scientific, and even everyday debates, Hitchens Razor can help us avoid wasting time on arguments lacking substance. It extends other principles like Occam's razor, which suggests the simplest explanation is often the most likely, but it focuses specifically on the need for evidence to support claims, especially in contexts where pseudoscientific ideas or conspiracy theories are discussed. Carl Sagan, the famous astronomer and science communicator, applied this principle by saying, "Extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence." Sagan argued that while it's not impossible for alien life to exist, claiming that we've been visited by extraterrestrials without solid, verifiable proof doesn't need to be taken seriously until such proof is provided. This prevented science from accepting such claims without evidence, fostering a healthy skepticism that avoids credulity in unproven assertions. Now let's look at a real-life example showing why using this principle is necessary to avoid getting caught up in fantastic stories and scenarios. Tell me, did you know even the CIA once believed in one of these surreal stories? In the 70s, a magician named Uri Geller convinced the CIA that he possessed paranormal abilities. With simple tricks like bending spoons and moving objects with his mind, he made the agency believe that these powers were real and could be useful in the Cold War. They even conducted tests and believed in Geller's abilities, investing in a program focused on studying paranormal abilities known as Project Stargate, which sought to apply such abilities in intelligence missions. Later declassified documents revealed that researchers had confirmed that Geller had paranormal powers. But what they didn't know was that it was all just illusionist tricks. Decades later, other declassified documents showed that Geller had fooled the CIA using common magic techniques, similar to those that magicians and illusionists use to create illusions of supernatural powers. James Randi, a famous skeptic and magician, was an outspoken critic of Geller and regularly demonstrated how Geller's feats could be replicated using magic techniques. He even publicly challenged Geller's claims, providing evidence that they were mere tricks, but no one listened to him. This is a clear example of how even high-level organizations can be deceived when they fail to apply skepticism and demand evidence. The anxiety and uncertainties of the Cold War amplified the desire for any advantage, making the CIA vulnerable to unproven claims. Human fallibility and the tendency to believe in magical solutions to complex problems highlight the importance of principles like Hitchens Razor, which warns against accepting claims without evidence. So how do we apply this in real life? It's simple. Whenever someone makes a claim without presenting evidence, you have the right to reject it without needing to refute it. This principle saves us time and helps us filter what's really worth considering, and most importantly, it prevents us from investing attention in ideas with little or no basis in reality. Here's a golden tip. Always ask yourself, Is there enough evidence to support this claim? If the answer is no, apply Hitchens Razor and move on. Don't accept anything as true unless it's backed by concrete evidence, no matter how convincing it may seem. So, if you want to keep developing your critical thinking and learn to identify what truly makes sense, subscribe to the channel. Here, you'll find more videos like this to help you avoid falling for false promises or theories without evidence. Leave a like and hit the bell so you don't miss any golden tips.